battle of the sand. I don't want to be the lone survivor. Can we defend the land we conquered? Back in high command, I don't want to be the only driver. Settle down today, we'll find a way to run towards what we have made. Take my hand and drive tonight. We'll find a way to bring back sunlight. Don't tempt me, I'll find a way. Don't break me, I'm here to stay. All these dreams go passing by. We'll find a way to bring back sunlight. Don't tempt me, I'll find a way. We will find a way. We will find a way. I don't want to be the only commander. I'll settle for the last remaining dancer. Can we take flight and do what's right? Tarnish the side of modern life. I don't want to be the lone survivor. Don't tempt me, I'll find a way. Don't break me, I'm here to stay. All these dreams go passing by. We'll find a way to bring back sunlight. Don't tempt me, I'll find a way. We will find a way. All these dreams go passing by. We'll find a way to bring back sunlight. Don't tempt me, I'll find a way. We will find a way. We will find a way. Settle down today, we'll find a way to run towards what we have made. Take my hand and drive tonight. We'll find a way to bring back sunlight.
James, you there?
I'm not here yet. Are you here?
I'm not ready at all.
I didn't think you'd be ready.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still working on something, but I figured, hey, it's about time. We can start kind of talking and saying hi to everybody, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, sounds good. Who we got? Who's in the chat? Raise your
I
hand.
thought I
Everybody raise
saw
your hand.
Rob Kaiser in there. I know Cam's in there, throwing it up.
Cam's in there. Oh, Rob's in there. I see Rob. Captain Capitola himself. I like it. Very
Exactly.
good. Oh my goodness. You know, right now everybody is downstairs watching Miss Marvel, and I haven't seen it yet. And I'm a little annoyed that they get to see it before I do.
It was good, man.
Don't ruin it for me. No. What up, Cam? Let's go.
All right. It's time. We're ready. I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready to
Distance nerding.
Hey! What do you know? What do you know?
We are here.
What's happening, everybody?
Here. Distance nerding.
To save the day.
Invading your home. Yes, here to save the day. Here I come to save the day.
It has been a minute. I feel a little out of practice. I need like some practice swings.
For you, yeah. You are now listening or watching Distance Nerding.
He's Young Phil.
And he's Jamez 5000. And
we're here to nerd together.
All right.
Nailed
that
it.
one.
Nailed it. We're talking about anything pop culture, movies, food, music, wrestling, waffle crisps, whatever you're nerding out on. We want to talk about it.
Now, guys, gotta follow us on all the socials that exist, like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Linktree, all at Distance Nerding.
Is Linktree? It's not like a social thing.
No, but if you go to our Linktree, you get a fast track to all of our social media and everything that we do in general.
Got it. I like it. Okay, Linktree at Distance Nerding.
Exactly. But guys, this week on deck, we've got the download.
Are we getting a new James Bond?
That's the thing. Starting rumors.
Is DC dipping out on the fans dome?
And we got Don't Cross the Streams.
A new streaming month. Who dis?
Yeah. But, before we get into all the fun and everything that we do there, but first, let me get a shout out. Now, guys, shout outs to Poddex. Poddex is a unique starting prompt and question episode starting prompt in the palm of your hand. So whether you are a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience or get more engagement, you're going to want to check out poddex.com. Now, guys, go to poddex.com and use the code NERDING10. You get 10% off of your purchase on poddex.com. How awesome is that?
Nerding10 will get you that discount, and you get that discount off the actual cards. Like if you want to get a deck of the pod deck cards, like any version that they have, or you can get t-shirts or hats and stuff like that, or even the app, right?
Yeah, even on the app. The app regular price is $40 a year. So not $40 a month, $40 a year. And you get access to all of the pod decks awesomeness and goodness. And guys, if you're not a podcaster, if you're not a interviewer, somebody who does things like that, it's good for icebreakers. You want to be that person at work that's like super cool and way more interactive. Do the Poddex thing. It's so worth it.
It's like less than a cup of coffee a month.
Yeah, really
to have the entire Poddex system like at your fingertips.
Exactly. Now, that being said, people wonder all the time, and they ask us on a regular basis, if the stream is powered by Poddex, then what in the hell is Phil powered by? Because he has way too much energy. And the answer to that question is
Dubby, an emerging brand of an energy drink created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrins, even though sometimes you may want some maltodextrins, no sugars, fillers, artificial flavors, or dyes. It's Dubby.
Now, guys, make your way over to dubby.gg and use the code NERDING10. You see it up on the screen right there. If you're watching, if not, if you're listening, it's NERDING10 for 10% off. They have 5 delicious flavors, and that is Dub Sludge, which is a Granny Smith apple and secret sauce. You have Galaxy Grenade, which is a watermelon, guava, and lime. You have the of course, my favorite flavor, Dragonade, which is a dragon fruit pink strawberry lemonade. And then the 2 new flavors, you have your Passion Joy Tea, which is a passion fruit iced tea. And then, again, the other new flavor is Beach and Peach, which is a white peach mango cooler. So those are the flavors that you got right there. And guys, if you're going to see us at any of the cons, we'll have free samples for you. So come and check us out.
That was so funny. I didn't even know you guys were doing that.
Yeah. I figured what's the best way to get people on board?
Yeah.
Give them free samples.
Over at Silver Age Comic Con, you and Tyler, shout out to Tyler, he's in the chat. Shout out to Julie, who's also in the chat. We're handing out little samples of W. How cool was that?
Exactly. And it's delicious. I actually have an extra tub of W. I'm thinking about actually potentially raffling it off at our next con. but I mean, before I jump too far ahead, right? We have something that we have to say before I really get into that. And what that is that, guys, it's time for the Geekend Update!
Very nice. Make sure to check out our next show put on by Colossus Girl Entertainment, Metal Art Comic Con in Grants Pass, Oregon on July 9th. It's right around the corner. You excited?
I'm super excited. I'm always excited to go to a Colossus Girl show, but just 10 times more because of one, I've never been to Oregon, but two, just the guests that we have lined up, or a couple buddies of ours that are always fun, as well as some new guests that we are excited to go and hang out and meet with.
Exactly. So make sure you check out metalarkcomiccon.com for tickets, info, see all the latest, who's there. They're always adding things, adding vendors and whatnot. So it's super cool. So we'll be working the panels and the main stage doing the interviews, and there's a bunch of stuff going on. There's also always really popular cosplay contests.
Right.
So make sure you come check out the cosplay contest. Stay late. It's always super fun. Everybody gets super into the cosplay contest. But in the meantime, we'll be interviewing a bunch of different celebrities. So we'll be interviewing Catherine Kokorin from a Netflix film, Terrifier, and she's also in the Trauma films.
Yeah.
Like Toxic Avenger, stuff like that. All those Trauma stuff. She's also an actress from that line of, what is it? Return to Nukem High. So Nukem High.
Yeah. So like all the, I mean, she hasn't been acting so long that she was in like the old school ones, has she?
Right. No, not at all.
Okay.
No. She's one of the newer ones, but she's keeping the Trauma franchise alive, so to speak.
I wonder if she's going to be in the new Toxic Avenger
with, God, what's his name?
With Peter Dinklage?
Yes, with the Dinklage. Maybe. That's a good point. Maybe we find out. Maybe we'll get the exclusive.
Right.
We're gonna get some exclusive from Brian A. Prince.
Yes, that's gonna be a good one too.
Super excited to talk to him. He's known for The Predator, for being in Black Panther, for being in Captain America: Civil War. Like, what?
Yeah,
he's got all kinds of credits to his name. So I'm super excited to talk to him. And then, of course, we got our friends of the show, C. Andrew Nelson.
Yep.
Who spent the most time in the Darth Vader outfit, right?
Right.
And then also Alan Fernandez, an original Tusken Raider. Shout out to Margie. So that's so cool that we got these like Star Wars celebrities that we're going to be talking to. I'm going to let C. Andrew Nelson talk, and I'm just going to sit there like a fan. I see how it's going to go.
It's going to be like, who's the gentleman we interviewed at Silver Age? I mean, he kind of interviewed himself.
But John Barber? Yeah.
John Barber. Yeah.
John Barber went crazy.
It's going to be basically like that. But like, I mean, just as interesting as John Barber was, C. Andrew Nelson is super interesting. He has all the stories. It's probably going to be a little bit different than his normal type of interview, though, because it's more of a panel with him and Alan Fernandez.
Yeah.
Talking about the impact of Star Wars in modern culture. So, I mean, that's going to be kind of a cool one to do.
That will be interesting. I mean, he's also worked for Lucas.
Yeah.
Lucasfilm, so that's crazy that he's got all this background and stuff.
Right. He's also the only actor that can legitimately claim that he played both Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, it's weird, like Inception of Skywalker-ness.
Right.
But it works out, so that's cool. And then on top of that, so we're running the panels, but like as we're running the panels, there's all these amazing artists and vendors and who else, like comic book artists and people signing autographs. Right. It's so cool. There's so much going on at these cons.
There's just so much fun that's going to be going on, and I'm excited because it's going to be a great time. So I mean, you catch myself, Jamez, and of course our buddy Tyler is going to be up there with us.
Yeah, drop by the Distance Learning booth. Come hang out with Tyler. Get some stickers. Get our cards. Get some free dubby.
Yeah.
Is there a limit? Again, do you have like a limit? Like you can only try 2 flavors.
I don't have a limit on it. we'll see how it goes.
We'll let Tyler decide.
Let Tyler decide that right
It's his
there.
gig. So anyway, come. It's not that far from us. It's 4.5 hours from Sacramento.
Right.
I had no idea it was that close.
I thought it was gonna be way farther.
I know. Metal Art Comic Con, Grants Pass, Oregon, July 9th. Come hang out. It's gonna be great. And make sure to check out metalartcomiccon.com for all the deets.
Yeah. Well, now that we've gotten all that stuff and good things out of the way here, I think that it is now time for the download.
For the download. Look at you. Shout out to young Phil with the new graphics. Somebody's been very busy.
Oh yeah. I've been busy doing that and updating all of our graphics and everything like that. But on top of that, I was gonna wait to the end of the show to make this announcement. But we're working on kind of like a little side project for you guys. So stay tuned, everybody. There's a new audio show that is a part of Distance Nerding that we are working on. I just kind of finished a treatment of the first episode, and I'm pretty proud of it.
Did a little post-production work. Okay.
Yeah, been a little while,
Yeah. Yeah. See what happens when we get hats? We get all productive and whatnot.
Exactly.
That's a nice hat, by the way. Thanks for rocking the gray.
I know. I figured you were probably going to rock the black, so I was like, let me rock the gray, and everybody can see both of our hats.
Yeah. Look at you. It's like matching your shirt.
Yeah. That actually was also deliberately planned because I'm rocking the I Have Issues Deadpool shirt.
Who matches their hat and their shirt? I mean, come on.
I know. Who does that?
Here? It is kind of freeing because I love our shirts, but I always have to wear our Distance Nerding shirts. So now that I have the hat, I can, wear a different shirt.
Yeah, and now you don't have to complain about me not wearing merch.
Exactly.
It's easy to wear a hat.
You don't have to complain about me not getting a haircut. So that's perfect.
I've never complained about that. Your hair is so luscious and beautiful.
It is, isn't it? Anywho. Don't forget, check out the Distance Nerdington Post for all the news, all the trailers, all the reactions, all the rumors that are happening out there in pop culture land. So Facebook group, Distance Nerdington Post, it's all there for you. I'm posting, Cam's posting, Cam's beating me to post. So you're gonna stay up to date. So there's tons of stuff going on. Trailers, we got the Game of Thrones House of Dragons teaser.
Yeah, that looked good.
It's so cool that it's coming. High School Musical, the musical season 3 trailer is out there.
Okay.
Cam posted the new Baymax series. That looks cute.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it. Today's been kind of a hectic day, and I lost a lot of time trying to fix this Facebook issue that we had. So, So,
but we just keep going.
Yeah.
What else we got? We got the Hocus Pocus 2.
Oh, dude, it was so good. It's and this is not to get too far into it or like to do too much on this one, but did it have almost like a horror feel to you at first?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's that Halloween-y feel, but the way they did it with the new characters, it felt very modern.
Yeah.
But like I want to say like it had hints of like how the first film was, even though it was a little campy, but it felt a little updated. So I liked it.
At the end of the trailer, you got that campiness out of it, but at the beginning, it felt almost like The Craft.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's kind of like how I was going. It's like it felt like it was like a legit scary movie, like The Craft thriller kind of thing.
Yeah, totally.
And then when the Sandersons come back, it's like, oh yeah, it's the Sandersons all over again.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Let's see, Hocus Pocus season 3 with Jason Momoa on Apple TV Plus, DC Stargirl season 3, the Resort series on Peacock, the Rise of the Shield anime, Rise of the Shield Hero, excuse me, on Crunchyroll. So, dude, this is awesome. There's so much being released now. It's so crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for it all.
It's like everything that's been held back from the pandemic is like bursting through the doors and like coming out. So super excited.
Cam also says that he enjoyed that trailer.
Very good, Cam. Thank you for posting, Cam. We're all excited, but I have one thing. I guess it's to be excited about. But when I first found this article, it wasn't exciting because uh, I don't like starting things off on a bad note. But this is a bad note turned good note. So Bam Margera has finally been located, and he's going to check into a new treatment facility, according to TMZ. So he was in like a rehab facility in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and he just like left. He like busted out. Nobody knew where he was going. I don't know how does this happen? How do people like arrange it and just they end up leaving and then they have somebody waiting and he was like gone.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, and that's the thing is like, I'm sure he was like on a binger, right?
Yeah, super sad.
And the whole thing with that, like what, like he's had this whole thing with Knoxville, like recently, where like Knoxville was like, if you don't clean yourself up, I'm taking you out of uh Jackass Forever, and he ended up taking him out of Jackass Forever, and there's like this whole argument and fight that was going on. Bam went to rehab and then disappeared.
Yeah.
And like now they found him, and they haven't. I don't think, did they say like whether they found like drugs in the system or not?
They didn't say that. So
Yeah.
they found Bam on Monday. So I think he was missing for a few days.
Mm-hmm.
So the police showed up with a crisis team, including, his parents, which is super sad because that's like their kid and like they've had to deal with this for how long now? All his craziness and now all this like mental health issues,
Mm-hmm.
it's nuts. So they held like an intervention right there at the hotel that he was staying at.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully they talk some sense into him. But a lot of what he kept saying was like, if I'm in rehab, like I can't be a good father. And that's the whole thing, is like he wanted to be a good father. He has a son named Phoenix or something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
like people want to support him. His wife and child moved from like California back to Florida to be near him. But he's like, I can't be a good father if I'm stuck in a rehab. So it just got stuck in his head. So super sad, but hopefully they're figuring it out. But he voluntarily agreed to check into a new facility, so maybe the change of facility will be good. So good luck
Yeah.
to Bam Margera.
I mean, as long as he tries, you know what I mean? Like that's the whole thing, is it's with Bam Margera, a lot of times he ends up going on these crazy bingers, and it's just kind of, it is sad, like you want, you just, for him being somebody that a lot of us grew up watching as a skateboarder, and also as a just
personality.
as a personality, and to see him struggling the way he is, like you want to see him do better. So
I loved his show. What is it? Viva La Bam.
Viva La Bam.
All the craziness. I loved it. I loved it on MTV.
Yeah. Like I halfway feel bad for his dad, because his dad has to put up with all the crap that he, that Bam does, but it's like at the same time, kind of puts it on himself.
Exactly. So now you just got to grow up. Anyway, let's keep going. There's a lot of news to get to. So shout out to Cam for posting this one. John Williams, composer John Williams, creator of like themes from Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Superman, Jaws, E.T., Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, Harry Potter, all these shows. He's like the soundtrack to modern day film, right?
Dude, as a musician, like when I was studying about like how to get feeling out of writing music, they actually used the Imperial March as an example of kind of like, hey, read this music right here, and then they would explain like why the different things that John Williams did created the feelings that they did. And it was like it like blew my mind that somebody could think that way, think in a way where it's like, let me write this way, and then it translates into music, and then you get that feeling.
Like it evokes a feeling. You know what's interesting about that? He also did the Obi-Wan theme for the show.
He did.
And I was listening to the theme, and like the whole time I was listening to it, I kept thinking of like, there's some hecticness to this, and it feels like very what's the word, like conflicted. It felt very conflicted, and there was like agitation in the music. I'm like, and as we were watching the show, I'm like, this is Obi-Wan. Like he's
Yeah.
conflicted. Obi-Wan is broken. He doubts himself.
Right.
We can get into the whole spoilers later, but like it's crazy how like just that bit of music makes me evoke that feeling
Right.
from Obi-Wan. So
Right. And
that's
like
cool.
some of my favorite music that has ever been done is from Indiana Jones. Like
Yeah.
there's I want to say it's like the March of the Slave Children or something like that from Temple of Doom.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like one of my favorite songs to just sit back and listen to, man. Like his music is not only beautiful and evokes feelings and iconic, like he's you think about like your Bachs and your Beethovens and the masters of music, especially with the classical music and composition. And 100 years from now, John Williams is going to be among
Yeah.
those names.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. So
The
he's
genius that he creates in his music.
he's 90 years old. He's wrapping up the Indiana Jones 5,
Mhm,
soundtrack, that sort of thing. He kind of dropped that like after Indiana Jones,
mhm.
he's going to be stepping away from the film industry. So kind of hanging it up, so to speak. I'm like, "Oh my
Right,
gosh. That's crazy that he's going to walk away from all this, like." And I guess part of it is like it takes so much time to compose and put things together for a film, for a soundtrack. He's like, I'm 90 years old. This is like, if I have to spend the next 6 months working on a Star Wars film, it's like, that could be the rest of my life. Like it's like a lifetime that I'm sitting here working on this. So he's going to step away from film, which is kind of sad, right? But he's still not done with music.
right.
So instead, he's devoting himself to composing concert music, including a piano concerto he's writing with Emmanuel Axe. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. And again, I'm 100% behind this because anytime I listen to his music, it's always there's always feelings evoked to it. Like puts a lot of emotion in his music and it's relaxing to listen to and not always like listen to, I listen to a lot of metal, I listen to a lot of EDM, some hip hop every now and then. Just to just sit back and listen to modern classical.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So I think he actually released an album. Was it last year with Yo-Yo Ma?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think it was. I'd have to go back and take a look, but it sounds like he's still passionate about music. He just wants to do new things,
Right.
which is kind of cool. Anyway, I think you posted this next one.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's kind of a Muppet anime story.
Just for all of our anime fans out there. So hopefully you guys are excited for this as much as I am. If you guys are Studio Ghibli fans, you should be happy for this.
And Muppet fans, I guess.
Yeah.
So Jim Henson's Creature Shop Animatronics and Visual Effects Studio has teamed with Britain's Royal Shakespeare Company to produce life-size puppets for the Royal Shakespeare Company's stage adaptation of My Neighbor Totoro.
Right.
How cool is that?
That's gonna be awesome, man. Because if you're a fan of Miyazaki, like like a lot of people have been like waiting for this
Mm-hmm.
to be like a live action thing.
Yeah.
And it's been on stage, they've been doing it on stage and whatnot. So I mean, to see Jim Henson like make these puppets, like it's gonna be super cool.
Literally have an anime come to life.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope, man.
That it's such like an interesting concept. Like, why haven't they done this before? This makes so much sense.
Yeah.
So My Neighbor Totoro is like a classic anime, like 1988, like hand drawn looking anime. And how
Mhm.
do you pronounce the creator's name again? Miyazaki.
Miyazaki.
Yeah.
Hayao Miyazaki.
So the RSC, so the Royal Shakespeare Company, is
Mhm.
calling this project the most ambitious project to date even more than the award-winning theater company's original production of the musicals Les Miserables and Matilda the Musical. So My Neighbor Totoro now has creative workings on its bases in London, Stratford upon Avon, Los Angeles, and Tokyo. So it's crazy how much production is going into this.
Right.
And if you're not familiar with My Neighbor Totoro, I have a Tortoroopsis
synopsis. Yeah, I brought it back.
Whoa. What is happening here?
I brought the soundbite back. It's been a while.
Okay. All right. That doesn't get you out of trying to say, the different opsises I write.
Oh, no. Totoroopsis.
Set in the 1950s Japan, the story follows adventures of Satsuki and Mei, young sisters who moved from Tokyo City to the countryside once they encounter spirits and awesome creatures. Two furry ones capture their imaginations, a giant fluffy creature known as Totoro, and a gargantuan cat bus that collects willing passengers then soars off into the sky. Interesting how this is all going to be. But like the way the story is, I'm like, this could be some kind of Muppety live action type thing.
I kind of want to see, because the pictures are going to end up coming out of like the full show. I kind of want to see what the cat is going to look like.
But think about it. I mean, Jim Henson did like Big Bird as well.
Yeah.
Or
because are you familiar with the cat bus? Have you seen the cat bus with like the smile?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, Totoro is like the big fluffy, almost like cat looking. He's not a cat, but he also has like a giant smile too. So it's like,
I'm thinking of it's Big Bird and Snuffleupagus.
Yeah,
Snuffy. You know what I mean? That kind of big look to it. You know what I mean? And I think it's gonna be that. So I'm kind of interested. Stage play? Sure, let's do it. So no dates when My Neighbor Totoro will be taking the stage.
Oh, yeah, there we go. That's a good one.
Oh, look. Ark's in the chat. What's up, Ark?
Yeah, he was complimenting our hats, man. I love it.
Oh, you like these? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you're interested in a hat, you can hit us up, and
we got Baller Black or Galaxy Gray over there.
Gray.
Just hit us up, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we need you support. Yeah, we need you to have a hat on Kyber Cave. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, speaking of like cross merch and all that stuff, Van, my favorite shirt of yours is like is officially ruined, and I'm upset. The 8-bit lightsaber one that says Kyber Cave.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That was like one of my favorite shirts of Kyber Caves that I have. I've washed it so many times because I've worn it so many times. The lettering is like starting to rub off now, and you can't even tell that it says Kyber Cave anymore.
Boo.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys trade like some merch, like a couple of shirts for a hat or something like that.
I need to buy another one of those shirts off of you guys if you still have a run of it.
But the deal, you can only buy like a size small or size medium. You know what I mean? Like something super small.
So, I put that shirt on. It's like fat guy in a little shirt.
That's the rule. All right. I forgot to add a joke to this, but it worked out. I didn't, because shout out to Cam for posting this.
Oh, man.
That's how I'm going to start off every one of these articles.
Shout out to Cam for posting everything.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
Cam, like, we almost don't even have to look up the news anymore, man. It's great.
I know this. I thought I wrote a joke for this, but I guess, hey, shout out to Cam for posting this, because that's our new joke. Okay. There's a new Ghostbusters film in development that will serve as a sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife. What do you think about that?
I'm all for it, man. I hope that it follows what's his name, man? Zedmore. I hope that it follows like Winston and trying to like revitalize the Ghostbusters, because that's kind of where they were leading at the end of the last movie.
Yeah. What do they call it? Like Ghostbusters Core or something like that.
the Ghost Core.
Ghost Core. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird that they referenced it, but I'm like, okay, cool. That sounds cool.
Which
So
that's
the
a crazy reference because that's from like comic books and from like like other side mediums. So it's kind of cool that they acknowledge that and they're making it all into one cohesive universe, almost like how Star Wars is doing their thing.
well, I think they've cracked the code. Like they need to do like an homage and like not just do something new that has slapping a Ghostbuster symbol on it. Like it needs to connect to the original. It needs to evoke like our nostalgia feelings,
Mhm.
and they did that with Afterlife, right?
Yeah, because I
So
mean, you've got a whole new cast, and you got these relationships with these characters, like you know, the two Spangler grandkids, and then of course you have what was his name, Podcast.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
like you have these characters that like they're kids, but you have room for them to carry a franchise for the rest of their however long they want to continue doing these movies.
Right, right. So the new movie they haven't given out like the synopsis or anything, but the new movie will be set in New York City at the headquarters, like the firehouse building.
Yeah.
So the old Ghostbusters headquarters. So they're gonna take the kids and bring them to New York. So that's kind of interesting. How it's like, yeah, work on that nostalgia.
That kind of makes sense because again, Winston, the very last scene of the movie is Winston buying the firehouse. Spoilers.
Yeah,
But I mean, like Winston buys the firehouse, and that they're going to continue the story from there.
yeah. So Jason Reitman, the director, is going to return, and he said the last time we saw Ecto 1, it was driving back to Manhattan, the home of the Ghostbusters. That's where the story is going to begin. So it's going to pick up right where the other one left off, and the code name for the movie is Firehouse. I'm like, oh, that's
Oh, I
cool.
love it. That's dope.
That's awesome. Nice little homage. I appreciate that. So, if you're wondering who you're going to call to go see the film, you have time because the sequel will be coming out December 10th, 2023. So you got a year and a half.
Oh, that's right. Cam made a good point that Paul Rudd. It would make sense to bring Paul Rudd back. I mean, Paul Rudd's a vampire, anyways. That guy hasn't aged in at least 40 years. So I mean,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Plus, he's funny. He's
yeah.
super funny. He did
Have you-
well with the kids. I thought like
Oh yeah.
him being the funny guy or trying to be the straight man with a bunch of kids wouldn't work, but it worked. So
Yeah. Have you seen the pictures, like the side by side pictures of him from like 20 or from like 30 years ago and him now? And it's like he literally looks the same.
right.
He may actually look like he's younger now
Yeah.
than he was back then.
It's like him and Tom Cruise. They're like, what's going on here?
Well, like, so I mean, like Tom Cruise, when you look at them, when you look at him in his young pictures, separate from each other, like you would think that he looks exactly the same, but you look at him side by side, you can see aging. Same thing with Keanu Reeves. Like Keanu
Right.
Reeves looks like he hasn't aged, but then you look at a picture of Keanu Reeves next to his young self, and it's like, no, yeah, he's definitely aged, right? Like he looks like he's aged a considerable amount.
Mhm.
But Paul Rudd, you take a picture of Paul Rudd now and a Paul Rudd from 30 years ago, he looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like almost like no wrinkles in his face. There's no stress marks, nothing. Like I need to figure out what his skin regimen is.
I really look at you. I really like Paul Rudd. He's fun. He's like my type of comedy. All right. Soaring into movie news. Top Gun Maverick is revving up your engines, soaring into overdrive. At the box office, having just surpassed $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Why?
I still haven't seen this yet.
I haven't either. Okay, so not that I don't want to watch this movie because I know that Ray's seen it twice at this point.
Yeah.
But it's
We're not
more
doing
so
our
because, it's more so because right before this movie came out, Jackie wanted to see the original because she had never seen it. And so we went to go watch the original and she enjoyed it. So now I'm waiting to go see Maverick with her.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, now she wants to watch like every old Tom Cruise movie. Like,
No,
gotta
no.
watch Risky Business, and then
Yeah, I know, right? No, we got if that's the case, Days of Thunder is next.
yeah, and then Mission Impossible, all of them.
Yeah,
So where were we? Okay, so passing $1 billion. This is the highest grossing movie of the year
right,
globally, and it passed Doctor Strange, which I'm kind of okay with. Like, okay, I like Doctor Strange, but like, good for Tom Cruise, good for Top Gun. This
right,
movie waited like 2 years to be released.
right. And I mean, from what I hear, it's worth it. Like every person that I've seen or that I've heard talk about this movie have said that it's close to a perfect movie.
Yeah, exactly right, and
Mm.
it makes so much more sense when who was it? Paramount. Paramount was just like, no, we're gonna push it back. We're we have a new release date. We're gonna push everything back and just leapfrog those release dates. And it's like, dude, are you kidding me? But it makes sense why they waited now. Like
Mhm.
$1 billion. Okay, I got it. I got it now.
Right.
So this is the first movie of the year and only the second during this COVID times to reach the $1 billion benchmark. The other one was Spider-Man No Way Home,
Right.
which also makes sense. But the interesting part, this movie wasn't released in China or in Russia.
I would assume not, because I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
Russ is not happy to watch a movie about,
Yeah, exactly.
like
But
the first movie was basically like a Cold War movie, and
yeah.
kind of. I mean,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
dealt
yeah.
they dealt with mix, but I mean, like, and then China, I'm sure, uh, if you're gonna look into who Top Gun is training to fight against, it's probably the Chinese Air Force. So
Right. So I thought that was pretty interesting that it's even got a smaller bubble to work with, but it's made $1 billion. So
right,
that's crazy that it's made so much money. And just like Ray, right? People are going multiple times to see this film.
right.
I mean, I went and saw Doctor Strange once. I could have seen it twice, I guess, but I chose not to. But it's interesting how people are going out again and again to see Top Gun
Right.
Maverick.
I wonder if Thor is gonna be up there with that, because I mean, at this point right now, I already there's one of our friends, and not so frequent host of the show, Bird, is already planning on seeing Thor twice.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, she's already got tickets for it twice.
Does she? How do you know that?
Um, there's a certain plan that we're doing that, and I know she has tickets for, and then she also said she's got tickets to go see it the weekend before.
Okay, look at her go. Must be nice. Okay, fun fact.
It's mostly
So
because she wants to see Hemsworth's butt, but I mean,
I know who doesn't, right?
mhm.
So fun fact: this is the first movie in Tom Cruise's 40-year career that has surpassed $1 million in a single weekend.
No, $100 million in a single.
$100 million. What did I say?
He said 1 million.
Oh, I meant 100.
Mhm.
That's obvious. But like, that was like, okay, wait a second. Like, all the Mission Impossibles didn't do it. I guess it would be one of those like Days of Thunder, like you said, like didn't never pass $1 million in the weekend. Kind of
I mean,
interesting.
you got to think of like his blockbusters though. Like it's really more so you want to look at blockbusters that would be feasible to make that much money in a weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had movies that had potential but didn't live up to it, like The Mummy.
Yeah.
But I mean, like
What is that one like? Something Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow,
Edge of Tomorrow.
with Emily Blunt. That movie was actually really good.
Yeah.
It
Exactly.
felt it felt like a video game movie that wasn't based on a video game.
Mhm. So the
Really
other
smart,
fun fact
weird.
about this film: 31 days in theaters. This sequel became Tom Cruise's first movie to surpass $1 billion worldwide box office. I think that's kind of a more interesting fact that he has never had a movie that passed $1 billion. And you always think of Tom Cruise, summer blockbuster movies. This is his first one that passed $1 billion. Yes.
$1 billion. Shout outs to Amy Rivas. What's up in the chat?
Oh, look, Amy's here. Amy's here. Cam's here. I like it. Mark's still here. Good stuff. All right. Thanks for Cam for posting. No, wait, I already said that one. In Shaken Not Stirred news, Daniel Craig's version of James Bond has come to an end with No Time to Die, right?
Which I still haven't watched, and I think that's on Paramount Plus now. I need to watch
I think it's
that.
on Amazon.
Oh, it's on Amazon.
Like Amazon bought like the entire library or something like that.
Oh, that's right. That's right. No, I need to watch that one. I'm sure Aaron felt me say that and is screaming into his phone screen right now.
Felt you. I'm sure
Yeah.
that part's right.
Like I'm because I don't know if Watson's in the chat right now. I'm sure he isn't, but what I'm saying is he probably just felt me say that I haven't watched No Time to Die as much as he's like, harked on me to go watch that movie, and I still didn't watch it.
You just wanted him to feel you. Like you keep saying Watson felt and touching, and
I always want
knowing how my feelings are and whatnot. I don't know.
Remember, 2 dudes, 1 room.
Okay. Episode 7. Shout out to episode 7. Still downloadable wherever podcasts are available. All right. So James Bond franchise producer Barbara Broccoli. I want to say Broccoli.
Is that okay? Your name?
Yeah. Revealed that nobody is currently in the running for the role, and they plan on reinventing the character. So there's nobody in the running, no scripts, and at least they're 2 years away from production. So I think where they're going with this is that they're going to reinvent James Bond for like the modern day, right?
Yeah. Here's the thing with that, right? There's already been kind of hints over 2 possible directions that they want to go with on that. They've already said that they want to go in the direction of either an Idris Elba, which Idris has said that he would love the role, but he doesn't want to take it because he feels too old. Or a black female to play Bond.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're already saying that they want to reinvent, I think that might be the direction that they're going to go in. Is either they're going to go female or they're going to go black, or both.
So what did she say here? There isn't a script, and we can't come up with one until we decide how we're going to approach the next film, because really it's a reinvention of Bond. We're reinventing who he is, and that takes time. So really they're going to like kind of strip it down to the source material and move forward. So I kind of dig that. They're like, okay, we've had Sean Connery and Roger Moore and Daniel Craig, and I forgot the other guy that played Remington Steele as well. But like, let's leave those alone and not try to reinvent that wheel. Let's start something new. So I'm kind of down with this.
Again, the way that they succeed with something like this is if they take Bond and make it so that it's not a person, that this person that we've seen in all these movies, this character that we've seen in all these movies, are not one cohesive person that has been played by multiple people, and make it to where it's actually almost like a cover. Right. So this is like, for different agents, like if you're Agent 007, then your title, or not title, but your cover is James Bond. Hence why, like, he goes to places and announces himself, right? My name is Bond, James Bond. Like no real spy would announce themselves like that, right? So I mean, like, that's the whole thing. Is I think that might be the direction that they end up going in. Because that's the idea that's been going around for a while. So I mean, if they really want to do that, that's probably where they'll go with it. Yeah.
I gotcha. So No Time to Die, just like what Cam's saying in the chat, is on Amazon Prime Video right now.
Yep. I'm gonna have to watch that tonight.
I think you should.
Mhm.
I think you should. All right. Hey, Puddin', we got some Harley news for you.
Is that your best?
It's not my worst.
Okay.
So rude. All right. I don't see you trying to do Harley.
I can't get my voice up that high.
Oh, really, Mickey Mouse?
I mean,
Okay.
dude, it's because her voice is in between the falsetto
Okay.
and something like that. Like, hi, Puddin'. That's just terrible. Can't do it.
See? Okay. All right. I'm going to make you do that line next time we do a Harley show or Harley news piece. HBO Max has released their first trailer for Harley Quinn Season 3, which you can find on the Distance Nerdington post on Facebook, by the way.
Yeah.
So the trailer touts the new season is going to be wetter, filthier, squishier, freakier, and creepier.
God, that fits that show so well, though.
So good. We even got a James Gunn guest appearance in this
Remember,
season.
we talked about that in the rumors a while back.
Yeah, and they put it in the trailer, so that's cool.
It's awesome.
But this is, I didn't know this, but this looks super fun. We also see Harley and Ivy trying to join the Court of Owls.
That just, it says a lot about the meta-ness of this show and how much they just kind of take things and just, hey, this is a serious organization within this world. We're just gonna make a joke out of it, like kind of how they did with the Legion of Doom in like the first two seasons.
Yeah, exactly.
Or yeah, like they just kind of made jokes out of it. Like now they're gonna make a joke out of the Court of Owls, and I'm like, just considering the way that they treat the source material in this, I'm all for it.
If you haven't watched this yet, and you like say Adult Swim, like adult comedy, adult animation,
Mhm.
you should really watch Harley Quinn because they are not afraid to make fun of themselves, make fun of DC, get raunchy. It's super fun.
Yeah.
It's super fun. So it's got a big time cast. So Harley Quinn is played by Kelly Cuoco. Poison Ivy is played by Blake Bell.
Mhm.
The Joker is played by Alan Tudyk.
Yes.
So they said the two characters find themselves on an eat, bang, kill tour of Gotham City. The trailer also came with a caption, "We're living Harl Ivy ever after, bitches. We're living
Hashtag Harlivy.
Harlivy ever after."
Was that a mini synopsis?
I don't know. That was just something I grabbed. So, but I mean, they got everybody for the show. They got JB Smooth from like Curb Your Enthusiasm, Jason Alexander from Seinfeld, Wanda Sykes, Giancarlo Esposito,
Oh wait, who's Giancarlo Esposito playing? He
Lex
plays Lex
Luthor.
Luthor?
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
Jim Rash from Community, Diedrich Bader as Bruce Wayne and Batman, and then Tony Hale as Dr. Psycho. So it's fun. It's super fun. It's super fun. So the series will eat, bang, kill its way onto HBO Max July 28th, 2022. We have to reach out to Brandon again.
Yeah, we need to have him back on the show.
That's another one we should like circle back on. Maybe do a second interview or do a build interview with him because our buddy, friend of the show, Brandon McKinney, shout out to Brandon. He's done the storyboards, part of the storyboard department for all of Harley Quinn. He's been in.
He was actually he was a director on 2 episodes in the first season too.
Exactly. So I mean, we should get the inside scoop on Harley,
which is awesome.
Yeah. What was I just watching? Oh, I was watching Young Justice, and he did the storyboards for Young Justice. I'm like, I was watching it, and then the credits started hitting. I'm like, I'm just gonna leave this, just see what happens. And then like, like it's usually storyboard artists are like the 5th screen. It's like, oh, Brandon McKinney. I'm like, there it is. I knew he was part of something, and he didn't want to talk about it. And it was Young Justice, season 4.
There's a couple shows that he's told us about that we still haven't seen. I'm wondering what's going on with those.
Yeah. See, we need to pick his brain a little bit.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay. Since we just talked Harley, let's stick with DC and Warner Brothers Discovery. So
Got
let's.
some Comic-Con news, people.
I know this is so cool that we have San Diego Comic-Con news.
Mm-hmm.
So San Diego Comic-Con is back. Everybody, hey.
It's back.
Warner Brothers Discovery will be making a major impact at this event. The mega company announced their plans for San Diego Comic-Con 2022, which will be the first in-person presence at the convention in 3 years, and the first time they've been together since they just merged.
Right.
But like, I was thinking about this and like, oh, that's kind of cool that they're using San Diego Comic-Con as like
their comeback.
yeah, like a launch pad for things. So they're gonna have panels and premieres and activations and yada yada across TV and animation and movies and comics and games, bit of everything. So they did announce some of the stuff that they're going to be discussing or have a panel about.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting Game of Thrones prequel House of the Dragon is getting a panel.
Okay.
CW's Riverdale. I don't know who's watching Riverdale, but it's getting a panel. We just
if you're into Archie, then you're probably watching Riverdale.
I guess. How does that show last so long?
Because it's CW, dude. Like the CW will make shows go for like 8 seasons that nobody watches. So I mean,
you say that, and then you start talking about Black Lightning and Batwoman, and what else? Legends of Tomorrow. Huh? See?
nobody watches Legends of Tomorrow. Come on, man.
How dare you? How dare you? We're gonna get some Harley Quinn season 3 panel, and then we're also gonna get a sneak of Green Lantern Beware My Power, the new animated film.
Okay. I was gonna ask, is that an animated one? Because they've been I don't know where the shooting schedule happened with the live action one, because they were starting to film it and then I never heard anything after that.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that one. Cam, can you get on that? Thanks, Cam. Appreciate that, buddy. What else we're going to talk about? Panel on making of the Gotham Knights the game, making of a mashup, the Multiverses game, Cartoon Network panels, Adult Swim panels, and of course DC comic panels. Dude, there's so much content that they're throwing at San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, and they're doing a Sandman presentation too.
Exactly. So, dude, it's so much. But check this out. They're also, because Warner Brothers Discovery, they're also announced that there's going to be an AEW panel.
Right.
So that's super cool.
Cam, you're getting ahead of us, man. Don't get ahead of us.
Where's Cam now? Oh, look, see, he's ahead. Mm-hmm. Cam, need to send you the notes. Just follow the notes. Follow the notes, Cam. So San Diego Comic-Con, July 21st through the 24th, San Diego Convention Center in Wales, Regina. I mean, San Diego, California.
San Diego.
So let's unpack this AEW San Diego Comic-Con. So many letters to discuss and talk about, because they just had their big Forbidden Door pay-per-view that went off like crazy. Everybody loved it. And
that was their crossover with New Japan, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool that, I mean, I can't even think, did WWE ever have a panel at San Diego Comic-Con? I'm sure people went, but to have a panel, that's what I'm getting at, you know?
Yeah, I don't think WWE's ever had a panel at San Diego Comic-Con. Now that I think about it. Yeah, and I mean, like, what's crazy is AEW is usually pretty strong at cons, man. Like, I mean, anytime that we've gone to like big cons, there's always some kind of AEW presence there. Yeah,
even, shout out to Stockton Con and Mike in Stockton Con, because he was bringing he brought Orange Cassidy to the last, what is that, Lodi Con?
Well, Darby Allin was supposed to be there, but then he had
Darby
because of a different commitment that he had.
Yeah, but dude, Orange Cassidy is killing it right now.
Oh yeah, he is.
He's awesome. So I guess we're gonna have a panel. They're gonna talk about the 2 shows that they got coming. Excalibur is gonna be the moderator. They already announced that it's called
That's gonna be dope.
Heroes and Villains, and they're gonna have CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and Jade Cargill in attendance. That should be kind of cool.
That's gonna be cool, man. That's gonna be super cool. I'm excited to see what's gonna come from that. You know what I mean?
I'm excited because I have a synopsis for this panel.
AEW panel, it's Wednesday, and you know what that means? Topa Suicide Synopsis.
AEW panel, it's Wednesday, and you know what that means.
On purpose, right?
What's that?
You wrote that like super long like that on purpose, huh?
I know, but it all makes sense. AEW panel, it's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Tope Suicida Opsis. That's a little JR, a little Excalibur homage right there.
Yeah, but you wrote it that long specifically because you wanted me to say it that long.
Oh yeah.
'Cause you know how
Oh,
the
yeah.
voice is.
So join some of the biggest stars of TBS's AEW Dynamite and TNT's AEW Rampage as they take on San Diego Comic-Con stage for the first time and give a ringside view of the widely popular wrestling promotion. I guess they're going to have a bit of a Q&A, which is kind of cool. So everybody's going to get to talk to them. So the Q&A will feature a conversation with AEW stars CM Punk, Jade Cargill, Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, Bryan Danielson, and moderated by Excalibur. This discussion will dig into the heroes, the villains, the championship quest through the eyes of the biggest names in wrestling. I was thinking about AEW, and you know what I like about AEW wrestling?
What was that?
They don't treat me like a kid. Like,
No, they don't.
know I'm a fan, and
Right.
they know it's like, let's entertain you, and you're going to be along for the ride. And I totally am. So, like, I've noticed, like, some of the heels are now faces, and some of the faces are now heels, and it's like, I don't care. Sure, just give me a good storyline. Give me amazing matches. Give me some emotion, and they do that, and I'm all in.
Give me storytelling in the ring.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so AEW panel will come off the top rope onto San Diego Comic-Con on July 23rd of San Diego Comic-Con. So it runs for 3 days. Mm-hmm. Theirs is on the 23rd. Well, 4 days. I'm sorry. 4 days, but they run on the 23rd.
So they're on Saturday. No, Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah, because it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Dude, I'm so excited for AEW. I just love it. They just had spoiler alert. Cesaro just joined AEW.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh man.
At Forbidden Door, he came out. So Bryan Danielson, I forget how it goes. But
no, his real name is,
Daniel Bryan.
No, his real actual name is Bryan Danielson.
Bryan Danielson. See, I get it all screwed up. He's hurt, so they're like, I'm gonna announce the latest member of Blackpool, Combat Club, and it turned out to be Cesaro. So it's like,
did he come out as Cesaro, or did he come out with a different name?
He came out as Claudio something. I forgot what his last name is.
Mm-hmm.
But Claudio. Like, okay, great, got it.
Because most of the time when they go to AEW, because WWE has this whole thing where you can't go by your real name.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time when they go to AEW, they start going by their actual name, or they'll go by character. But I mean, most of them. Yeah,
part of it.
CM Punk goes by CM Punk is because that's what he's most known for. So it's like,
yeah, I wonder how that worked. I think that was before they started. It was all because of copywriting and merchandising, right? Because people are making their names in WWE. They don't want them to take that other places. So right. I think that's why, like, the Ultimate Warrior changed his name to the Warrior, right? Like, legally changed his name to the Warrior,
right?
All kinds of craziness. Anyway, let's keep going because we got more Comic-Con news.
Let's do it.
Comic-Con. So the MCU was blipped from San Diego Comic-Con in favor of D23 and Disney Investors Day, but like what Cam said, shout out to Cam for posting this, Marvel is back at San Diego Comic-Con.
And that is a big deal. I think, and this is just right off the top of my head, I think the reason that Disney is having Marvel at SDCC, one, because it's the first time that it's been in person in 3 years.
Yeah.
Two, because I think they're feeding into the con experience, right? Yeah. Especially with like Miss Marvel and them having the Avengers Con and all that. They're probably like, you know what? We need to not be hypocrites and keep everything in within our own circle,
Right.
and put it out there in places where where we made ourselves the biggest, right? Because they, Marvel was they made their biggest like impact at San Diego Comic-Con. So it's kind of
Right.
like
Right.
return to their original form. And it's like, like, I think Disney is not that they're sharing the wealth, but more like they're recognizing where their fan base is and where they can capitalize the most.
Right. I totally agree with all that.
Mhm.
They're gonna just buy into the hype. Speaking of wrestling, it's like Roman Reigns just coming out and like giving a promo, not necessarily wrestling, but he's giving a promo because I have an idea of how they're going to handle all these different events
Mhm.
that SDCC, D23, Disney Investors Day. So, Feige confirmed like, hey, we're going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. That's amazing, but they haven't said what they're going to talk about yet.
Right.
I don't think they're going to do like a day's worth of content. They're going to just do like, we have 1-2 panels. We're going to take over Hall H. We're going to be the main show. We're going to maybe drop a couple teasers for stuff that's coming up. Everybody's going to go crazy. But then they're going to save like all the juicy stuff
Oh yeah.
for their own events.
Yeah. I
You know
mean,
what I
I'm sure what they're gonna do is drop like you said, like trailers and teasers for things that they've already announced.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, oh yeah, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. We know that's coming out pretty soon. Guardians 3, we know that wrapped already. The Marvels, especially where they'll be at with Miss Marvel by that point, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like
Maybe some
here's
She-Hulk or anything like that, Echo, stuff like that. But they're probably gonna wait to do like the bigger stuff for D23. Like they'll probably wait on Blade. They'll probably wait on maybe Armor Wars, because they might have a teaser by then because Armor Wars is starting to film.
because they
Speaking of
have
Iron,
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and the Marvels all like pretty much ready to go in the next year.
right?
So that's content they could drop anywhere here on, Hall H of San Diego Comic-Con.
Mhm.
And it's not a huge bump because then they can take all this other content for D23 and Investors Day and talk about, like what you said, Blade, I Am Groot, She-Hulk, Echo. I don't even know if we mentioned Echo.
Yeah,
Armor
I
Wars.
mentioned Echo just right now, and especially because have you seen the pictures of Vincent D'Onofrio?
I haven't. No.
Oh, dude, he posted a bunch of pictures on Instagram, and he's been getting ripped.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like he's been he's been dropping weight and getting super buff. And it's
Mhm.
like, I mean, you can still put a suit on him and make him look like super big, but like that makes him more of a threat. That's almost like proof that he's gonna be back like he's gonna be back fighting pretty soon.
Right. That's
And then
awesome.
the other thing, like we're mentioning Echo and Kingpin, but I mean, like, the thing that we don't have on our sheet here is Feige already announced that they're working on a Daredevil project. So I mean, maybe they might
Yeah.
announce that,
That's a good point. Yeah. All that stuff, they're probably just gonna hold back, give us some stuff because D23 is like September,
Right.
the beginning half of September. So, July 20, there was that 6-7 weeks away.
Mhm.
Dude, they're just gonna hit us with some amazing stuff at Comic-Con and be like, here's Black Panther, here's Ant-Man and the Wasp, here's Guardians of the Galaxy. We're all gonna go crazy, and then they're gonna get us all again 7
What if
weeks later.
exactly? Well, I mean, like, what if all the stuff we know, what if they drop a whole bunch of trailers for the things that we already know about at San
Mhm.
Diego Comic-Con?
Mhm.
And then when we get to D23, they announce like all the new projects in development, or even to a point where it's like, hey, we didn't tell anybody we were working on this one, and here's a Daredevil trailer out of nowhere, and it's like something like that. Like the hell we
Exactly.
did, something like that. Like that's where Marvel will get you, right? Is
Yeah,
where,
exactly.
hey, San Diego Comic-Con, let's announce all, or let's show you all the things that you already know about and things that you're already excited for. And then D23 comes around the corner and it's like, here's all the stuff that we didn't tell you that we're working on that we already have been working on. And then the investor
Exactly.
meeting is like a whole different monster from there.
Exactly. Like maybe they're gonna bring out the cast for say like Wakanda Forever, and then like at D23 they're like, oh, here's the trailer.
Right.
They have all the cards. They can hold all the cards. They can do
Right.
whatever they want.
Right. Funny, I was talking about summoning Watson earlier.
Yeah.
Because Aaron, you weren't here earlier, but we were talking about how they're gonna do a new James Bond. And I was talking about how it has to summon you because I still haven't watched No Time to Die, and you would kill me for that. But Aaron Watson in the chat said D23, Eminem's second attempt at a failed Detroit supergroup, D12 Part 2.
Part 2. I forgot he tried to do like a group or something.
D12? You don't remember D12?
I guess that's for the best, though. That's for the best. Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
San Diego Comic-Con running July 21st through the 24th. I wonder what else they're going to start announcing for Comic-Con because it's, 3 weeks away? 4 weeks. 4 weeks away?
You know what else is probably going to happen at D23 or not D23 at San Diego Comic-Con? Guarantee you they're going to have an actual comic book panel. Like they're going to announce all the new comic books that they're working on, all the new comic books they're working on.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Because that's actually a place for that. That's an appropriate place for them to go out, like go crazy about that. Because then they can talk about like the new Star Wars line. They can talk about the new what's going on in Marvel. They can talk about like all of the different comic books that they're working on that aren't necessarily Marvel and Star Wars related.
Black Panther comes out this year, right? Like November.
Yes.
What if they bring like Namor, right?
I've already said Namor's going to show up in one of these shows or one of these movies this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've already announced the actor.
I was going to say, what if they bring like, I forgot his name, but what if they bring that actor out at like at San Diego Comic-Con, be like, oh my God, we're all getting Namor, that kind of thing.
Yeah, because they just confirmed like 2 weeks ago that they're retconning Namor's origin story.
Yeah,
and that he's actually gonna be Aztec, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm sure you're super stoked about that.
I'm hella stoked about that, dude. I'm super stoked about that.
Yeah, I was watching bits of Miss Marvel like right before the show, and I'm like, they're retconning it. They're changing it. They're changing it. But I'm like, I'm all for it, but I can't watch it right now.
Yeah. No, they completely changed her storyline, but I mean it makes sense for the world that they're in.
I was gonna say with a grain of salt, are you okay with how they changed it? Miss Marvel, talking about Miss Marvel.
Knowing that they weren't gonna bring in Inhumans, because I had a little bit of hope for it, considering that they brought Black Bolt into Doctor Strange. So I almost had a little bit of hope for, maybe they are going to do an Inhuman storyline. And I mean, who's to say that they still can't do an Inhuman storyline?
Yeah, good point.
Explain that in a way. But I mean, again, without giving any spoilers or away for today's episode, they've gone deeper into the backstory, and she's definitely not an Inhuman. And I mean, unless again, there's still a way to kind of work that around, but at the moment, it's not. There's like, it wouldn't make sense to bring Terrigen Mist into this right now.
Right.
But I'm enjoying the changes to her backstory because it actually makes it a little more personal.
Yeah.
Rather than she's just a random person that was genetically dispositioned to receive the Terrigen Mist and got powers. It's tied more deeply into her family and into her storyline.
Yeah.
And
do you think
character more personal?
Real quick, I was listening to somebody else and they were talking about like how they're changing the storyline, how they're treating Shang-Chi, and how like on a smaller scale, it's nice that they're giving all these like Asian countries their own superheroes, right?
Yeah.
But on a bigger level, it's tying into the MCU as a whole, and how even though we don't know it yet, but we can tell just by like say the colors of the rings or the colors that are coming out.
Yeah.
Like it's tying into something else. It's tying
Yeah.
into, probably one of the Infinity Stones. So
I'm
like,
actually feeling like
really
the
cool.
way that the storyline is moving, and especially again when you watch the episode and see the explanation they just added in, I honestly think now that she might be tied into the Eternals.
Yeah, and that's another thing I was gonna mention that as well. Like, we don't really need Inhumans. Like, give us more Eternals. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
where things are going. Anyway, let's keep going. So much to get through.
I know.
So from Finding Namor to Finding Nemo, huh?
Huh?
Right?
Huh? Eh?
Pretty good there, right? Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
We got our-
I've been off for like 2 weeks, so
that was actually really good. So
yeah, I know.
okay.
The Finding Nemo submarine voyage at Disneyland will be swimming back with some new enhancements to the Disneyland resort. So cool.
Okay, so actually that line just redeemed the entire thing right there.
I know, right?
Good
so
job.
I didn't write it, so that's I can't take credit. But I thought I left it exactly the way it was because it was that good. So when was the last time you went to Disneyland?
Dude, it's been too long and I'm upset about it because the last time I went to Disneyland was before Baku was even there, dude. Like Baku was still being built.
Well, that's like what, 2018, 2019?
Something like
So,
that. So it's
I mean,
upsetting.
That's not too old. But I was gonna ask, so have you even seen the submarine ride as like Finding Nemo?
Yeah. Actually the last time we went, I forced Jackie to go with to go with me on there because I was like,
Okay.
I have like a nostalgic thing because I used to like that ride when I was a kid, and then
Yeah.
we got on it and I was like, yeah, this is disappointing.
Aw. Why?
It
Well, when
just
you read it as a kid, it was a different ride. It was I forgot what
right.
it was.
It was the sea voyage. It was the
Yes,
submarine
yes.
voyage. And I mean, like, like that's the whole thing is it had almost like a 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea feel
Yeah.
to it, the original.
Yeah.
The Finding Nemo one, it almost feels like they didn't really change very much and just added a couple Finding Nemo characters to it.
Yeah.
And that's
And
kind of
it-
why it was disappointing, is because there's so much that they could have done with that they hadn't done to it. But
And it just feels like you're
obviously-
in like a tide pool
yeah.
instead of like what you said, the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea
Right.
type thing. Yeah, I totally see what you're saying.
The only cool thing in that whole thing is they have the current with Crush and everybody in there, and that's probably the only thing that I thought was cool in that as far as the updates go.
Yeah. So it's about to reopen and they've added some new enhancements to the ride. They didn't go into what everything was, but I guess they're adding what is his name? Hank the Septipod.
Yes.
So above the water you can see Hank like on one of the rocks, right? And there's like some of the seagulls that are like hanging out by him going mine. So, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. But then I guess there's a bunch of other enhancements to this ride. They said they're adding 3,000 pieces of coral and 12,000 feet of multicolored seaweed to revitalize the attraction in its 15th year.
Man, what would be really cool is if they found a way to make the projection technology that they use on the Little Mermaid ride in California Adventure.
Uh-huh.
And they found a way to make that work underwater.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Because that would look super cool.
Yeah, that would look really cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's not cool about this ride?
Huh.
My fat ass doesn't want to fit in this. I'm so nervous about going near this ride when my kids go with me because they're like, let's go ride this ride. I'm totally like, because it's like, you remember as a kid, you're like, oh, this is kind of weird and small, but it's fun. Like as an adult, you're like, am I going to fit in this thing?
As an adult, you're like, this is weird and even smaller than I remembered.
Exactly. And now it's like, I think about claustrophobia because I'm an adult. And I think about, like, did I eat too many churros right before I got on this ride?
Like you're
how do I
sitting
get
in it
out of
and
here?
your head is still like on the roof and you're just
If I
you look like Mr. Incredible in the car.
Exactly, right? If I freak out, do I just leave my kids? Will somebody get them out? Somebody will get them out, right? Like, what do you do? I don't know. But yeah, I haven't ridden that ride in a while. But
Cam Smith said he's too tall for the Nemo ride.
see, maybe I have that same problem. I don't know how big it is.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't know.
too tall, like horizontally.
Okay, yeah. Let's move on. The Disney Parks blog announced the Finding Nemo inspired ride will find its reopening July 25th, 2022.
Hey, to be fair, I'm too tall horizontally as well. So
Right?
yeah,
Oh, the only person that can ride this ride is Double A, and that's it. So
I don't
he's
even
got
think
to
Double
take
A will
everybody's
fit in
kids.
there. I think Zoe's the only one that could probably fit inside of that thing, and Zoe probably wouldn't even want to go in that ride.
Yeah,
She wouldn't want
exactly.
to go like 10 feet. She wouldn't want to be like within a pole's length of that ride.
I'm sure that would not be her favorite ride.
No.
Locked
Claustrophobia plus not being able to hit it with the stick. No, yeah, no.
locked in a metal case underwater on a track that you have no control of. Yeah.
She's in a metal case of emotion.
Why do they have this ride? Now that I say that out loud, I'm like, sounds horrible. We should not have this ride.
Yeah.
Guys, this is really scary. Don't have this ride in Disneyland. And then all the gas fumes from Autotopia. Oh,
Yeah, I know,
come on.
right? Autotopia is the next thing that needs an update.
You're locked in a metal coffin with all these like gas fumes. Oh my god, this sounds horrible.
Welcome to the life of a submariner. I'm sure that's what they think every time they get in a submarine. I'm locked in a metal case of death. It's
Yeah.
breathing in diesel fumes. This is great.
Yeah, this is awesome. This is great. Anyway, all right, let's get out of this stupid submarine because now I'm freaked out. Okay, on to some gaming news.
Mm-hmm. And this transition, you could have written such a better transition considering we were just talking about submarines, and now we're about to talk about going into space.
So you wanted me to say what?
I'm saying I know how good a transition you write. You could have written such a better transition for this.
Submarines in space. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, going from submarines underwater to ships in space.
Yeah. See, there you go. You can write this stuff. You could be on it. Bandai Namco is happy for you to write the intro. So Bandai Namco is excited to announce that No Man's Sky will be coming to the Nintendo Switch. What do you know about this game?
Oh. Sorry.
What do you know about this game?
No Man's Sky is one of those games that when it first came out, it was a giant disappointment.
Oh,
and it took them almost a year to fix it, right?
It's a cyberpunk, right?
It kind of was, but it wasn't glitchy and broken like Cyberpunk was. It was more so it didn't live up to the expectation that people had for No Man's Sky. So when it first came out, like the way that they kind of build it was you have this expansive universe that you can explore. You can go to planets and you can explore planets and interact with the wildlife and everything like that. The whole idea was that you're just, exploring space, right? And what happened was when the game came out, yeah, you could explore these planets, but there was really nothing to explore. Like there wasn't any plant life, there wasn't any wildlife or anything like that. The non-playable characters just weren't really there. And then the thing that really pissed people off was you couldn't, like, it was a solo game essentially. Like you couldn't interact with other people.
Oh,
so it was supposed to be like community spaces, like you had multiple people on a single planet, but you couldn't interact with the people on that planet. So you couldn't
could you see them
together. At first you couldn't, and they put a patch in where you could see them, but you still couldn't interact with each other. So like it took them a year to make it to where like you could explore things together and you guys could fly to different planets and different things like that. It took them a little while.
Even though they were people, they were all like NPCs kind of thing.
Almost. It was almost like people that you interacted with. It almost felt like you were dealing with NPCs. But I mean, even then, NPCs give you like storyline, like story progression, and they give you things to do and whatnot. There just wasn't very much to do in the game. So a lot of people just really, really, really kind of bombed it, and then it took them a year to put all the things that they said that they were that were supposed to be in the game in the
Got it.
game. And now it's one of those games that, like, the communities that stuck with it absolutely love it. It's one of
Interesting.
those games where, like, it took them a minute to find their stride and get things done right, but when they did, it was good.
So you think this is one of those games that suffered from, say, like, what is it, crunch culture?
It may have been crunch that caused the problems with it, because it seems like when they released it, it wasn't finished.
Mm, interesting. Okay.
It's the same issue that, games like Legion and, um, I'm forgetting the name that EA put out that was supposed to be like, I remember it was like the coolest looking concept, but then it was so repetitive and boring.
Oh,
Because Anthem was actually billed as a really good game, and it was supposed to be like the way now that they're putting a lot of those games is like, this is the Destiny killer, right? It's the game that's going to get people to stop playing Destiny. And it totally wasn't. Like, it was one of those games where it had the potential to do a lot of good things,
hmm,
but between EA and their infamous loot box systems and just not enough to do in the game, and the storylines just being kind of weak, and the games being super repetitive, like every mission felt the same.
got it. All right.
So yeah, it's one of those things where, like, that's where they suffer from those types of things, where, like, they release the game earlier than it should be. Where, like, that's where, like, you see a lot of gamers now are like, we're willing to wait for the game to come out a little bit longer. Like, the amount of times that the DC games
Pushed
have
back.
been pushed back, right?
Yeah.
And, like, I'm not upset that it hasn't come out yet. I would rather it be a full game than, get a half game and wait for a year later to play it. Like, I still haven't played Cyberpunk because they haven't fixed all the bugs yet.
Mm. Well, that's what's interesting about this game. So it is coming out on the PlayStation 5, but I have a No Manopsis.
No Manopsis.
No Man's Sky is a science fiction exploration game that was originally released in 2016, boasting an infinite number of planets and star systems to explore. Updates to the game have really improved its gameplay, like what you're saying, pushing it to be a more loved game. But check this out. So I think this is kind of like what you were saying. Those who buy the upcoming Switch version will get will be treated to starting the game with all 20 major updates and any future updates.
Good.
So
I
it's
mean,
like,
that's what they need to do. Same
yeah,
thing with, like, Cyberpunk. It's like, they or
here's
just
the best we can do with this game. Like, we're always going to make the best version of it
right.
and
And
give
that's
it to
what's
you.
good about, like, if you buy most of these games, if you buy them on the console stores, a lot of times, most of them will come with the updates already built in, right? Like,
Mm,
if you're a gamer and you start playing Destiny 2 today, right? You've never played it before. Basically, you download everything all at once, and you don't have to re-download all the other things. I mean, you have to pay for, like, certain to unlock certain things in the game, right? But, like, the game itself is free to play. You can build your characters and do all the basic storylines and stuff. It's just you have to pay for the expansions.
got it.
Right, and that's what's cool about, like, when you buy when they come out with a new expansion, when you buy the game, it's already set to play all those expansions. You just have to pay for the expansion.
Got it. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Mhm.
I see expansions as like sequels to the
Yeah.
game.
Well,
It's like,
that's exactly what it is. It's like World of Warcraft, right?
exactly,
When you played WoW, you had the base game, and then you have all the expansions that add content to the game, right?
which I want. Like, come to the, like, some kind of iOS device, World of Warcraft, please.
Well, World of Warcraft is getting ready to come out on Xbox pretty soon, so I'm excited for that.
But see, that involves me sitting down and not being involved with family. I can fake it when I have an iPad or an iPhone in front of me, right? Like, oh, I'm checking email. But
I was I
like,
was I was just about to say, like, I don't think that that a mobile system can handle World of Warcraft, but then now that I think about it, the original game, like the first game that came out in what, like
yeah,
2010,
yeah.
like, that game actually might be able to run fine on like the newest iPad.
And by the way, not 2010. I was playing this back in 2004.
Yeah.
So it's old school. Give me the old school. I'm down with that.
Mhm.
I don't need all this expansion crap.
You could probably get all the way up to like the Lich King, and it would
I-
like probably still work.
Sure. Give me my dwarf paladin. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Anyway, No Man's Sky is on the horizon with a release date of October 7th, 2022.
Yeah.
All right. You ready to move on to some tasty news?
Oh, I'm always ready for tasty news.
We haven't
Tasty, bring me the food.
We haven't talked about food in a while, so this is good.
We haven't.
So after a brief hiatus, Waffle Crisp, it's on his way back to store shelves now. So I guess Post announced the return of the nostalgic cereal, unveiling new packaging and new breakfast treats across its social media platforms, yada yada. I don't know why they took it off. Maybe they took it off to rebrand it. I don't know. But people, I guess, as soon as they did it, because they just decided to like, all right, we're gonna take Waffle Crisps down. People freaked out. They're like, oh no, not Waffle Crisps.
I didn't realize Waffle Crisp was gone.
I know, right? I see. But hey, whatever kind of fan base, whatever kind of Reddit thread for Waffle Crisp worked because they're back.
Yeah.
So the brand first launched in 1996 and continued through 2018 before being pulled from shelves, and now it's back.
Nice.
Now
I'm gonna admit that I've never had Waffle Crisp before.
I'm looking at a picture of it, and it looks like little like waffle squares. I'm like, almost looks like a honeycomb.
I was gonna say it almost looks like Chex.
Oh yeah, like a Chex Mix. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that. Yeah, I kind of want to try it. Now I'm like looking at it. I'm like, okay, maybe
Might
you're a
have
little
to get a
Captain
box.
Crunchy.
Yeah.
Right.
Might have to go get a box. It was like God, the last time we did like a cereal nostalgia thing, man. I don't remember what was like this in the second episode of this show. We went out and got a cereal, and I don't remember what it was.
Dunkaroos.
That's right. We got the Dunkaroo cereal.
I was joking, but really, it was Dunkaroo cereal.
Was it? No, it was something, dude. No,
I think it might have been Dunkaroo cereal.
Because I do remember that we did a episode on for Halloween last year. I went and got Blueberry and Count Chocula.
Ah,
And I did an install. We did a growing up geeky with that. I remember that.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But
So
there's another cereal that we got that I remember you were like, yeah, no, don't touch my cereal.
you can't remember what that was.
I don't remember what cereal it was, but you got all like you got super like don't touch my cereal.
Cocoa Crisps? No,
No.
they've been around for a while. I can't think. Anyway, so it's coming back. And Post insists that this is going to be a permanent thing. Like it's not going to go away again. So cereal is already starting to pop up on the shelves of stores across the country now. So we should go check it out.
Yeah.
You got a Rayleigh's close by. Come on.
I do. I've got a Food Max close by too.
I don't know what a Food Max is.
Oh,
Is that like a grocery outlet?
I was gonna say, is that too poor for your blood?
I mean, excuse me. I live in West Sacramento. We have a Nugget. I shop at Nugget. I get my furniture from the IKEA. So that's how we work it out down here in West Sac.
Oh man.
All right, you ready? I got one more foodie story, one more news story.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yo quiero taco cheese it.
What?
What? I know, right? So check it out. Okay. Not weird, but weird. Totally weird. Taco Bell has always done these like mashups. Mountain Dew, Doritos, Locos Tacos, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got a new one. So they're going to be testing this. But Taco Bell unveiled the big Cheez-It tostada. Like the cracker, the Cheez-It, little orange cracker.
Mm-hmm.
They're making a Cheez-It tostada.
Huh.
You're speechless. This is great.
I kind of am. I don't know how to feel about a Cheez-It tostada, man.
Look at the picture because it's amazing.
Oh, that is a massive Cheez-It, man.
Okay, we have to we have to show this somehow.
I am. I'm actually already working on sharing this.
Okay,
page.
okay. Because it is crazy.
That is massive, man.
And I just came from Disneyland and Avengers Campus, where like at Pimp's Kitchen, they have like all the food that's like blown up. It's like pretzel, like bigger than your head, and a chicken sandwich that's like bigger than the plate that they give it to you on. Now they have a Cheez-It tostada from Taco Bell, and it looks glorious.
It does.
My fat ass is so excited for this. The giant cheese cracker is 16 times the size of a regular cracker that's available to the public. So I think there's even a bigger Cheez-It. It's 16 times that size. Think of it like trying to think the box that a Mexican pizza comes in, because I know you eat some Mexican pizzas. It's that size of a box. Like the bottom of it is a Cheez-It. And that's what we're getting from Taco Bell.
That is freaking insane. I'm trying to figure out how to download this thing onto my computer because it's not letting me. Oh wait, found it. All right, hold on. Because it's not letting me pull it on the screen. So I figured, okay, well, I'll just upload it to the page. So hold on. I just got it. I'm gonna upload it right now. So go ahead and keep talking.
So they're calling it a big Cheez-It tostada. And then they're also going to have so let's talk through it all sultry, you know. Big Cheez-It tostada includes the cracker on the bottom being topped with ground beef, sour cream, tomatoes, lettuce, and cheese. The tostada is also available in the Big Cheez-It Crunch Wrap Supreme. I'm so down. I'm so down.
Okay, so I'm down for this in a crunch wrap for sure.
Right. I want to get drunk and go order like 3 of these, you know?
Like the only thing that throws me off on this, right, is that if it from what I'm reading, it is literally a giant Cheez-It. It's not like how like the Doritos is like a taco shell that's flavored like Doritos.
A giant Cheez-It, everybody.
Cheez-It.
And I'm for this.
Be way too salty, man.
How dare you complain about this giant Cheez-It?
I love Cheez-Its, but I mean, like, Cheez-Its can be salty, and that's
is like something from the fair, you know.
That
look at that thing.
You know what this makes me feel?
Like you have to go to the bathroom.
I feel like my arteries are clogging just looking at it.
You know, it's a traffic jam because you're so excited. That's what it is right now.
Which, I mean, that when I'm talking about me clogging my arteries eating this thing, it's because I'm going to eat one. It's going to happen.
Right. Are you going to eat this one or are you going to eat the crunch wrap one? Because
I'm going for the crunch wrap for sure.
I know, right? I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this. But here's the catch.
It's only in Mexico.
sort of for us. So as of now, the product is only being offered at one single Taco Bell location.
And it's in LA.
So we definitely need Ray for this.
Oh, is it really in LA?
It totally is. Totally is. So beginning now through the 4th of July, both these Cheez-It items can be tested at the Taco Bell located at Barranca Parkway in Irvine, California.
2222 Barranca Parkway.
Great. You just gave everybody the address. Now everybody's gonna go get my Cheez-It tostada.
Guys, do me a favor and ship one up to James. It might be soggy by the time it gets to him, but oh well.
I'm okay. I'll take it. I'll take it.
You can eat it with a fork at that point.
Irvine, dude, if I knew about this last week, I'd be like, all right, everybody, go enjoy Disneyland. Daddy's going to 2222 Barranca Parkway in Irvine. Come find me there.
Irvine.
So the
here's your little boy.
But check this out.
Irvine.
Check this out.
Yeah.
The tostada is being priced at $2.49.
Okay, there's a catch here. There has to be a catch here. Somebody had a heart attack already or something because they're pricing that super low.
Yeah, I know, right? And the crunch wrap is $4.29.
Like that's cheap considering the economy right now.
I know, right? Right? You can feed your whole family with this one Cheez-It.
You know, or you finally get it and the cheese it's really not that big.
They're gonna lie about the bigness of the Cheez-It.
Yeah,
That's the whole
because it's
thing.
like $2.49 and then you finally get it and it's like that is anticlimactic. It's not as big as they advertised it to be.
There's only one way to find out. We have to go to Irvine. Like maybe on the way to uh Metal Art Comic Con in Oregon, we just take a quick detour to Irvine,
That makes sense.
California.
Because Irvine is in between Sacramento and Oregon.
I'm really bad with geography, so if you say yes, okay, great. We'll Google Map it and figure it out. But there's a cheese.
And then it's like, oh, we're gonna drive. It's in Irvine, so it's like we're gonna drive 6 hours to Irvine, and then another 10 hours back up to Grants Pass.
Okay, hey, you know,
16-hour drive to go 4 hours.
I'm Asian, and I'm not to admit I'm bad with directions, so whatever. I get a Cheez-It tostada out of it. I'm kind of on board.
You're Filipino, so you're generally better.
Exactly.
I mean, about like directions.
Yeah, I know, right? All right. You know, little fun fact, little secret time.
Mhm.
Back in the day, which was a Wednesday, it was late night. We're drunk and we were like gonna go get a cheeseburger, and I got jumped in the parking lot, like me and my buddy, like 6 or 7 dudes, just jumped us in the parking lot, and the people working there came out. They're like, "Hey, we just called the cops. You guys better get out of here." You know, and so they all took off, ran, you know, whatever, bleeding, you know, shirt torn, lost my phone, you know, black eye, you know, everything just blah.
Holy crap.
And the person working there was like, "Man, is there anything I can do for you? You need like a napkin or something?" And I'm like, "Could I get a free cheeseburger?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, of course you can." I'm like, so I got jumped. And I got a free cheeseburger out of it, and I was like, "It's not a bad night." So my point is, going 6 hours out of the way to Irvine, I might be down.
This is the story where like James regrets not learning a screamo when he was a kid.
Exactly. Or like I'm maybe I'm a black belt in it, but then I don't have sticks with me. So then it's like, okay, what am I gonna do then? Give me 2 churros, give me some old churros. Let me have at it, but whatever. Anyway, Crunch Wrap, Big Cheez-It Crunch Wrap, and Big Cheez-It Tostada available now through July 4th. Somebody call Ray. We need to like document this. So
yeah, absolutely.
And there's a caveat. You have to use the app, of course. You know, everybody needs the app. You have to use the app or the website to order the Crunchyroll. It's like a secret menu. Ugh.
I'm gonna look at the app right now and be like, oh, do I see it in the app right now?
Can I order it now and have like DoorDash it, like $3,000 DoorDash it to my house?
I know, right?
Okay, I'm okay with that.
That'd be funny if I pulled it up right now and it was like, oh my god, it's in the app.
Right?
Because they have a section that's like online only.
Exactly.
So Cantina Crispy Chicken.
Everybody needs to wait while we're looking at the Taco Bell app. Shout out to Taco Bell.
No, it's not there.
Boo. And that's how you end the news.
Yeah. I'm actually okay. So here I just pulled up the Irvine location.
Mm-hmm.
And
Are you really finding it? Oh my god!
I'm really looking at it right now.
Share it on the screen. Share it. I'm so nerding out for this big Cheez-It. I have 2 boxes of Cheez-Its in my pantry right now that the kids are not allowed to touch. It's like those are daddy's Cheez-Its, right?
Dad's Cheez-Its?
Yeah, exactly. When I'm on a diet or not on a diet, those are dad's Cheez-Its.
Oh, now that's funny.
What?
That is the only one out of all the ones in the app that doesn't have online ordering.
Oh,
It literally says online ordering is not available. Here, I'll show you guys.
Interesting.
You know why? Because everybody keeps on ordering this damn tostada. That's why.
I know. And I bet that they're like the one location that has the Mexican pizzas just stacked up. Like nobody's ordering Mexican pizzas.
If I click on this one, right, pick up from this location, right? If I go and click on the other one, it doesn't give me the option to click on to go to that location.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We spent so much time on Taco Bell.
I know. They know. They know.
Okay. I'm ready for some rumors.
Oh, I'm ready for some rumors too. Hold on. I gotta do this.
This big Cheez-It tostada is a rumor until Ray shows us proof that
and we're gonna get taken down because we're playing a song that is Warner Brothers. Yeah. All right.
I thought you were gonna be like, and we're gonna get sued.
We're gonna get sued tomorrow, real soon.
Speaking of Warner Brothers, DC Fandom was a hit back in 2020. You know, they talked about all the DC TV, movie, games, comic books coming. It was like their own little con just for DC, right?
Right.
The 2021 Fandom was even bigger. It tripled the not attendance, but like the viewership of it.
Mm-hmm.
So they haven't announced a Fandom 2022 yet.
Right.
So, you know, Warner Brothers, Discovery just did the merger. San Diego Comic-Con is back. What's going on with DC Fandom? We don't have any news on it. So, tacos on the table. You know, there's Black Adam, Shazam, Aquaman, Blue Beetle, all right around the corner. Are we going to get a DC Fandom this year?
So after the announcement that they just announced that we are that they're going to be that like the Warner Brothers Discovery is going to be at San Diego Comic-Con, I don't think that Warner Brothers is going to spend the money to do their own con.
Yeah, but it's kind of feels like this is the Disney Plus Day route. This is the Disney Investor Day route where it's like be part of the other events, but you know, save all the good stuff for your own event. And why aren't they going to do it?
I mean, the whole thing is like Warner Brothers is looking for ways to save cost on a lot of the things that they're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see now that they've merged with Discovery and all these big changes that they're making. I don't see them spending the added cost when they can just do everything at San Diego Comic-Con the way that they've always done it. I mean, they might, you don't know. I mean, like, you know, they might announce it late or they might even announce it at San Diego Comic-Con and say, hey, DC Fandom is blah, 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 you know, but I mean, I feel like this is the first time in a while, but my tacos are off the table on this one.
Who are you?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do one this year.
Your big Cheez-It tostada is off the table. How dare you?
My big Cheez-It tostada is off the table.
You know what's funny? I agree with you. I don't think they're going to do Fandom, which is sad because I think it's like a nice event that brings a lot of attention to like some of the smaller stuff. You know, they're always going to talk about movies and TV shows, but during the Fandom, they did a little bit more like say on the comics, you know, and some of the smaller IPs got more attention. So I'm kind of sad that they're not doing this. Plus, it was kind of cool. Like it's all DC, rah, cool,
right?
But maybe it's also a shift. Like maybe they're not going to talk Justice League, or there's no plans for Justice League stuff. No plans for a Batman sequel as of right now. You know, like why can't we talk about like some of the Matt Reeves shows that are coming? But
right, and I know that they've greenlit a second Batman movie. So I mean, like, you know, there is um, you know, they can talk about. I mean, there's plenty for them to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've already started filming on Blue Beetle. A while back, they released the pictures of the costume and everything, and it looks awesome. You
I
know, so,
want to do the hand thing that you were just doing. I want a DC fandom. Give me the DC fandom. But tacos on the table. I don't think we're gonna get it.
I don't either. I don't think that we're gonna get DC fandom this year, man.
Can you make a second graphic for tacos on the table when they're not on the table and like a taco falling off the table?
If I can find a good enough GIF of a taco falling.
Okay, well you'll work on that. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, that's the only rumor I had. I think just because we talked so much San Diego Comic-Con, the whole DC fandom kind of came into question. I'm like, wait a second, I don't think we're gonna get a fandom. And then I looked it up and like other people are like, I don't think we're gonna get a fandom. So
Yeah.
no fandom. Womp womp. Womp womp.
No fandom.
But if you're looking for things, we got a little bit of since we're not getting some DC, I got some Don't Cross the Streams.
Yeah, let's do that. I don't have a soundbite for this right now.
It's all
You know,
good.
we have sound
Well,
bites for this, but
you and Thick and Ray did a bit of it, and I'm like, I'm kind of inspired now to go see what else is out there.
mhm,
You know, since we're about to turn into July in a couple days here,
right,
and there's a ton of stuff came out in June, or actually a ton came out in May, a ton came out of June. What's coming in July? So I went and kind of cherry picked
right.
some stuff. So
And I'm excited for a lot of the stuff that we have on this list, man. I
yeah.
mean, you know,
So I mean, if you're not watching already, go check out Miss Marvel. Go check out The Boys.
mhm.
And then I haven't started it
Baymax
yet.
came out today.
Baymax came out. You're right.
Mhm.
And Westworld came out season 4.
Yes, I watched the first episode. Both me and Thick, we watched the first episode on Sunday.
Like
Oh
together,
man,
naked.
no, not we. I wish. It was it was very much a return to form. And
Really?
it
Okay,
looks,
cool.
man, it looks really good.
I've always enjoyed this series, even when there was some was it season 2 or season 3 that had some doubts. But I've
I
enjoyed this show
season
in the
2
arc.
that a lot of people didn't like, and then season 3 brought it back.
Yeah. So I dig that show. So it just came back. Go watch Westworld, The Boys. What's the other one I said? Miss Marvel. That's all out right now. But then we got some stuff coming up on Friday, actually. So
Right. Oh man. So the thing that's coming out on Friday, I know Cam's super excited for. He mentioned it at the beginning of the stream.
yeah, The Princess on Hulu.
Yeah,
That one.
Princess, exactly it. That's the thing that he's most excited for.
Cam has been talking nonstop about the Princess movie that's coming to Hulu.
Yeah.
Right. It's the only thing he talks about, the only thing he posts about.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. The Princess is like some action movie that's coming to Hulu about like this kick-ass princess. And it looks kind of fun. So
Yeah.
if you want a little bit of an action, little heroine storyline, go check it out. Also, Terminal List with Chris Pratt is also coming to Amazon Prime on Friday.
That looks good.
A lot of people have been talking about that one.
The trailer for that is pretty intense.
And that one kind of reminded me of what was that Hemsworth movie?
Oh, Extraction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like, a big up and coming actor is getting his own like action film based on like what he's done in the past. It kind of feels that. And isn't the Extraction becoming like a series or something?
No, so they're doing a sequel right now, which I don't know what
There you
they're
go.
going to do because
Spoiler alert.
I'm not going to do spoilers on this, but just the events of the first movie almost don't lend a sequel. So it's kind of like it's going to be interesting to see what they do with that.
Exactly. Cam's chiming in. The new Minions movie, The Rise of Gru, right? Comes out on Friday. Only in theaters. I think there was talks that it was going to come to I thought somebody was going to buy it, but it ended up going to only in theaters.
Yeah, it would have been on Peacock if anything, because NBC
yeah.
Universal. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Cam, I don't know if you know this one, but on July 1st, there's this little show called Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, it's a little little
Yeah.
minor
Yeah, little indie thing. Little indie
show,
thing.
little indie
Yeah.
show that nobody knows about.
Nobody knows about it. You're the first time you're hearing about it. Stranger
Mhm.
Things season 4, part 2. It's 2 episodes.
Yeah, but it's like 3 hours worth of content though. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's worth the wait. And they said that it's the Dufflers said that it is like there's a lot of what you're not expecting to happen that's going to happen.
Right.
And then they also just put a post up like a day or two ago that said keep your eye on your favorite characters, which
I
basically
know.
means that a major character is going to die. And I'm already heartbroken for who it might be.
Which is sad, but it's also like that's kind of the stakes you want going
Mhm.
into a show like this.
Like we already
So-
knew it too, because we talked about it 2-3 weeks ago when Cam was on the show. Like we were talking
Right.
about who we thought was going to die, and they confirmed that a major character is going to die by the end of the season. So
that it's kind of reminds me of part of what you loved about, say, like The Walking Dead back in the day,
Mhm.
when nobody felt like they were safe, and whether you're a major character or not, that's what it feels like. Stranger Things is right now. It's like if you're a major character, there's no holds barred. Like
we're just like we're going to
what-
Game of Thrones this shit.
and exactly whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen.
Like we're
Yeah.
going to Game of Thrones this and kill your favorite character
Yeah.
by the end of
Thanks.
the season.
Thanks anyway, Daenerys. Peace out.
Yeah. Jackie
more
was
sequel
joking.
for you.
She was like, watch it be 11. I was like, they're not going to kill off 11. Like 11's like the main character in the entire story. Like they lose 90% of the story in season 5 if they kill off 11.
Right. No kidding. What is Cam saying? Cam says, I'm actually RSVP'd for an event on the 30th. That's a Q&A and then the premiere. Oh, that's cool. Good for you, Cam.
Nice, man.
You're going to have to
Enjoy
report back on that. That sounds cool. Yeah, I love shout out to Cam because it's super cool finding people that are super passionate, super nerdy about something and they like want to express it, and it's cool that we share that in common with Stranger Things. So
Right.
Again, Stranger Things coming this Friday. We know what Cam's doing. He's busy. But then we got some.
Nerdington Post. We'll have to check that out after we're done with the show here tonight.
Oh, okay, cool. Sounds good. We got some other stuff coming. So that was all like July 1st stuff. July 12th, so pretty much like a week after the holiday, Bill Burr live at Red Rocks is coming to Netflix.
William Burr with a new show.
Yes. Wilfred Burr. I'm down with it. This is going to be fun. I love Bill Burr.
Oh, yeah.
So funny. And then this one is a documentary on July 13th, also coming to Netflix. Actually, all these are coming to Netflix. DB Cooper, where are you?
I'm interested in seeing this because this is probably going to be like a whole critical thing about like here's the evidence and why we haven't seen any actual evidence of DB Cooper and everything like that. Like it's gonna be interesting to see
Give a quick
where they kind of go, like where the direction that they go in this.
Give a quick 10-second thing on DB Cooper.
DB Cooper is one of the most famous. He did an air heist over, was it Washington?
Washington, Oregon area, I think.
Yeah, and basically landed, or he took a plane hostage, landed.
He stole a bunch of money.
Well, no,
right?
he requested. Yeah, he basically when they landed, he held hostages until.
If she's gonna yell from the hallway, tell her to get on the mic.
He said, "If you're gonna yell from the hallway, get on the mic." Okay, no, but I mean, essentially, he requested money.
Give her the microphone. She doesn't have to be on if she doesn't want to.
She doesn't. She doesn't want to come that close. 4 parachutes. Okay, yeah. So he got this money and then requested 4 parachutes. Two parachutes went missing. 1 parachute was a test parachute. And then of course he had his own. But like the whole thing is that he ended up flying over. He ended up having the pilot, like he released all the hostages, had the pilot take him up like they were going to Seattle, and then jumped out of the plane with this money. And nobody ever heard from him. Nobody, they never found the money because like the money was serialized. Well, they found some of the money in yeah, it was like buried.
Get on the microphone.
She doesn't want to.
You don't have to be on camera.
So she doesn't have time. But I mean, like that's the gist of DB Cooper is that he's one of the he's the guy who's had like one of the most successful or the seemingly successful heists because he's to this day has never been caught.
Yeah, and it's like a modern like folklore story or something like. No, folklore is not the right word, but it's like such a fun story that happened in reality. Like it's crazy. And what was Cam saying? Like in Loki, they actually spoofed it where Loki was DB Cooper,
right,
in the show, and like that's why he nobody, he was never found. He was like picked up by the Bifrost Bridge or something like that.
Cam,
like,
we're not skipping over that because we're talking specifically shows that are coming out on Netflix right now. He said we casually skipped something that's coming out on July 8th.
What's coming on July
8th? Thor.
Oh, well, we were talking it's called Don't Cross the Streams.
We're talking streams, man.
Yeah. We're all aware that Thor comes out in theaters. If it was on Disney Plus, then we'll talk about it. But right now it's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, documentary DB Hooper on the 13th. July 14th, Kung Fu Panda, The Dragon Knight,
which is a full Kung Fu Panda movie.
You are all hyped on some Kung Fu Panda.
Oh, dude, I love Jack Black as that character, and he's reprising the role because the TV show he doesn't play him at all.
Oh, that's cool.
There's somebody coming back. Yeah, I forgot the name of the actor, but there's somebody who voice matches him for the TV show.
And who's his dad? James
Hong, right? James Hong. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Coming on back. But also on the 14th, the Resident Evil series.
So ready for this, man. My body is ready for this.
I kind of want a show like this where I'm like a little bit scared, like it's a little bit of Walking Dead, like that. Just make me jump a little bit. I'm kind of missing that show.
Yeah. And it's based on the original game. So we're going to have like, Joe Valentine and Leon and not like we're going to have the original characters back in this, and it's going to be great.
Yeah. Should be cool. And then the very next day, Uncharted.
This is my chance to watch it. I'm excited to watch this because some people have said it's good. Some people have said it's not the greatest. I'm a fan of the games, so I want to watch it and kind of see for myself.
I kind of want to see it just as like a fun movie.
Yeah.
Like just go into it and just be excited for like kind of a popcorny movie. You know what I mean? And then, okay, I got two more. Also on Netflix, The Gray Man with Ryan Gosling, Ken himself.
Yeah.
And Chris Evans with a big old mustache.
Oh,
right.
Chris Evans with a mustache is always good.
Yeah, that looks I don't know. Cam, did we post a trailer for that? We should post a trailer for that. For The Gray Man.
We'll have to look.
Anyway. Yeah, and then the other one is one of my wife's favorite shows, Pretty Little Liars, is getting like a spin-off. So I added it because I'm cheesy. If there was a release date for like a new Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or something, I'd put that in here too.
Jesus.
Because she eats it up and then I get sucked into it too.
I blame you, Jenny.
Exactly. Okay, that's all I got. If you got more stuff that you're looking forward to stream, post it in the Distance Nerdington post.
Absolutely. But you know what I'm gonna bring up right now, right?
What that?
We got merch, people.
We got some merch, people. We got merch on our heads, people.
Exactly. If you have not seen the amazing merch that we have that we've been flaunting the entire episode, these hats, Cam, I actually have your box sitting in the next room ready to ship out. I got off of work after the post office closed, so I'm gonna try and ship those out tomorrow. But I'm shipping out hats tomorrow. We've got a couple of different people who've ordered hats, and they're gonna be shipped out tomorrow. Guys, these hats, they are stitched. They have raised bubble lightning bolts on them. They're like basically new era hats. They're awesome.
Yeah, shout out to Cam. Cam bought one. We got to ship it to him. Shout out to Thomas Wong. Shout out to. Do we have to ship Tyler's?
Yeah, no, I have to ship all 3 Tyler's hats.
All just throw them over the fence type
Yeah.
shipping.
Yeah, just
He bought 3 hats. Good for him.
about 3 hats.
Ray, shout out to Ray. Ray got some hats too. I forgot.
Ray got some hats.
It's all good. So make sure if you want a hat, DM us, right? So they're $35. But if you want to buy both hats, like both colors, or 2 of the same color, I don't really care. They're $30 each. So 35 if you're buying one, 30 if you're buying multiple. We'll find a way to get it to you, whether you're local, whether we're going to ship it.
Ruiz got one too.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Shout outs to Eric Ruiz and the Lucharillas.
Oh yeah, didn't Jordan get one? Jordan Fong?
Jordan Fong got one too.
There you go. So they're going fast. I don't know how much we have of each color. We'll have to go back and take a look.
I still got a decent amount.
Okay.
Some of them, the
Of
blacks, the black hats are actually they're selling out pretty quickly.
I really like. So you're wearing the Galaxy Gray. I really like the Galaxy Gray. I think it really pops. I find myself wearing the black one a lot though.
So do I. Just because the black one matches with stuff a little bit easier. But like I'm wearing a light colored shirt, so I popped on the Galaxy Gray today.
Yeah. So I dig them. I dig them both. I'm super happy I have both. So if you want them, $35, just DM us. We'll start arranging it. And then what? Venmo, PayPal,
Cash App. We got all that stuff.
There you go. And you can find it where? On Linktree?
Yes. So if you go to linktr.ee/distance nerding, you've got all of our links, and our payment links are all there as well.
There you go. The easiest way to find it, and honestly, everybody keeps going to Instagram. Go to our Instagram, and it's the only link we have there is to our link tree.
Right. So, and then if you don't want to go through finding a link, again, we're just at Distance Nerding on everything.
There you go. Merch, people. And then we'll be bringing them to Metal Art Comic Con. Yes. So if you're in Oregon, and maybe some shirts if we're lucky.
Yeah, we still got some. I'll bring those with us too.
And honestly, if you just want some stickers, just DM us and we'll figure out some stickers. We'll get you some stickers.
Yeah, just come and take some stickers. We do not mind. That's what they're there for.
Shout out to my friend Scott, who went to a movie over at what is that, Regal Natomas?
I saw that.
And he's like, "Hey, check this out." He sent me a picture. It's like somebody slapped your sticker on one of the things, one of the like pillars. I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." Yeah. And I immediately showed young Phil, and he goes, "Wasn't me." Like I was blaming him or like a cop.
No. I'm saying like that. It's awesome because it wasn't me.
Trying to incriminate you or something.
No, because like I slap stickers on all kinds of stuff, and it's like, oh, that's not something I did, so that means that somebody else did it, and somebody's spreading the good word of Distance Nerding,
repping the nerds. So
exactly.
If you want hats, you want shirts, you want stickers, just DM us, and we'll go from there. Or, join us Mondays on the build, and let us know you're looking for some stickers or hats or t-shirts.
Yeah, guys. On the Twitch, on the YouTubes, and on the Facebook Lives, I build Lego, right? We have Lego. We have a whole bunch of fun. This last week, again, if you missed it, I built Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, meow meow, meow, meow. And it was awesome. And we not ran out of time, but I finished it early. I ended up doing this Iron Man, right? This Iron Man face right here. Now, guys, you're wondering what we're doing this week. I have it put away right now, and I haven't grabbed it, but I'm doing Luke Skywalker's X-Wing helmet.
Oh,
underneath
nice.
right here. So that's going to be pretty dope. It's got the the orange and the white accents on it and everything like that. So
That's
and
awesome.
it's got its goggles and everything. So I'm this week we're going to start work on or I'm sorry, not this week. We are off this Monday for the build
Because of the 4th of July.
as the 4th of July, but we're back on July 11th, and we are going to be doing this time next week. We are going to be doing the download again.
Gotcha.
We're just off on Monday the 4th for the holiday, but we'll be back for the build on July 11th with Andrea Miller,
Oh,
the hot Jawa herself.
original actor from the original Star Wars.
Right. And Andrew Miller is going to be on the show with us, and we're going to be doing the Luke Skywalker helmet on July 11th. So
That's
be
fun.
ready for that, guys. We are ready to have some fun.
I'm going to put this out there because one of us has to do it, but we should put like a schedule out because it's going to get a little tricky the next few days, weeks with cons and holidays and whatnot. So like, 4th is off, but then what is it? The 6th, we have the download. And then the 11th is going to be the build with Andrea Miller, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of that is, the 9th is Metal Art Comic-Con in Oregon. Yeah, we'll work that out. We're going to get smarter one of these days. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure ourselves out.
Yeah. Cool.
Sadly, a year and a half later, we're still trying to figure things out. So
81 episodes. We'll figure it out. Okay. Have something you want to discuss? Tell us what you're nerding out on and make sure to let us know in the Facebook group, the Distance Nerdington Post.
now, guys, you got to join the taco party. Guys, go to distancenerding.com and you can click that button that says buy us a taco, and you can buy us some tacos, and those tacos go towards everything that we do, including the new merch that we come out with and the new stickers, and helping us get around and doing appearances and everything like that. If you guys want to see us more, then gotta join the taco party. Now, guys, connect with us at Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, all at Distance Nerding.
Yep. Oh, speaking of, real quick, Cam is going to jump back on with us in a couple weeks when we talk Stranger Things.
Yes.
Finale of season 4.
Yeah, that's
We
gonna.
got to ask Chris too. I don't know if we've asked Chris. We'll ask Chris.
I'll ask Chris.
Awesome.
I'm sure as long as he's not busy, he'll be more than happy to hop on.
As long as he's not smoking a brisket.
Smoking some type of meat or
even if he is, he's gonna have time because those things take like 6 hours. So
or being in Disneyland for
That's
like
right.
the 73rd time in a single year.
he starts to smoke a brisket, leaves for Disneyland, comes back a day or two later, eats the brisket. It's perfect. Smart move.
Yeah,
Smart
exactly
move.
what he does.
All right, do we have pluggables? I guess we have pluggables.
We already did pluggables, man.
I mean, still, if you want to get a hold of us, everything's at Distance Nerding, especially Instagram. If you have an Instagram, I think that's the one thing that we follow the most besides the Distance Nerdington post,
Right.
is our Instagram. So if you ever want to get a hold of Young Phil or myself or have a question or just want to nerd out, Instagram at Distance Nerding.
Yeah, we try to be as interactive as possible, guys. So, I mean,
Yeah.
if you message us, we will respond. So
Awesome. All right, everybody. Thanks and keep nerding together.
all right, let's do this dance party, baby.
Oh, what am I going to dance with?
I don't know. You tell me. Oh, your hair looks so flat right now.
So rude. So rude. Look at that hat. Look at it. Oh, look at the puff.
Distance nerding.
And to snap back too, to hide your gray hair, because you got gray hair. I did take a picture with Thor in Avengers Campus wearing this hat. Yes.
See you guys next week.